Senator Udall.
Thank you, Chairman Alexander, and I'll just be very brief here. But thank you to all the witnesses here, and General Klotz, your team has put together a good starting point for the NNSA budget that will help protect the important stockpile stewardship mission. As an initial matter, I want to say I strongly support the funding in the budget for the new NNSA Albuquerque complex building. I know you're very familiar with the need for this facility, and I know it will work, and I will work with this subcommittee to provide the $98.5 million of necessary funds for that. In addition to that project, Los Alamos and Sandia National Labs are both key sites for NNSA's mission and current budget. In April of this year, the GAO concluded in a report that, quote, estimated budgets may not be sufficient to fully execute program plans and that NNSA may need to increase budget estimates, end quote. One of the possible drivers of future costs is the plutonium mission, as you well know. There is currently an analysis of alternatives ongoing for the plutonium mission at Los Alamos. I understand this analysis is expected to be complete sometime this summer, and we look forward to that and to continue the discussion with you. As you also know, the life extension programs are important to keep on track and to keep on budget, and they've been, I think, have been doing a good job on that. This budget also includes a considerable increase for nuclear survivability. The additional funds will support testing at Sandia by the Z machine and the Mighty Thor accelerator, which will reach pressures found at the core of the Earth, and will also support initial development of the trusted strategic radiation-hardened microelectronics capability. The Microsystems and Engineering Sciences Applications Complex at Sandia is currently the only trusted facility for microelectronics, and it is being refurbished to operate until 2025. So we look forward to asking you some questions, but I just wanted to make a couple of those points as a brief opening. Thank you, Chairman Alexander, very much.
Thank you, Senator Udall. Senator Udall.
Thank you, Chairman Alexander. And as General Klotz mentioned in my opening, there is currently an analysis of alternatives ongoing for the plutonium mission at Los Alamos. As this analysis moves forward, can you assure me that the NNSA will take into account the costs, the schedule, and the execution of the plutonium mission?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's important that NNSA avoid a decision that would unnecessarily increase the costs or timelines of the plutonium mission at Los Alamos, and so that's what we're looking at there. And I spoke about the budget, including a considerable increase for nuclear survivability. I wanted to also indicate that I would work and to support the additional $20 million funding request for nuclear survivability, which includes funding for our microelectronics capability at Sandia's Mesa facility. Can you explain how important the Mesa facility is to the overall stockpile stewardship project and what issues could arise if the Mesa facility is not fully funded and refurbished on time?
Thank you very much for that question, Senator. This is one of our highest priorities. Our nuclear weapons have, as part of their functioning mechanism, microelectronics. These microelectronics are a very special type of microelectronics. They must be hardened against the effect of radiation. And when we say radiation hardening, there are many different levels of radiation hardening. The radiation hardening for a nuclear weapon is far more complicated and needs to be far more robust than, say, radiation hardening for satellites. Our Center of Excellence for design and production of radiation-hardened, trusted, and by trusted I mean made in America, and we know the provenance of the materials and the components that go in it, our Center of Excellence has always been Sandia National Laboratory. Now, as you pointed out in your opening remarks, and quite rightly so, the facility that we have for doing that is beginning to age out. Not only that, as the technology is changing. For instance, we use 6-inch silicon wafer processing. The rest of industry has gone to 12-inch. So we're going to bridge to a new capability, a 12-inch capability, by installing the capability to do 8-inch and do some other refurbishments to the existing facility there under the fabrication revitalization program that'll carry us to 2025. We are now conducting an analysis of alternatives to see how we will recapitalize our ability to do trusted microsystem design and fabrication past that date.
Great, and I look forward to working with you on the Mesa refurbishment and to ensure that it remains on time and on schedule. Regarding Chairman Alexander's questions about WIP, I'd like to see the written justification and explanation of your comments that all plutonium in South Carolina can be disposed of at WIP under current law. Please include an explanation of all other waste streams that the DOE is considering sending to WIP. As you know, WIP has both volume and radioactivity limits in statute. And could you provide this in writing to the subcommittee?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. The cleanup project at Los Alamos is extremely important to New Mexico, and I think to the nation, and just in terms of cleanup. The federal government, DOE, have a duty to clean up legacy Cold War waste. A new cleanup contract is expected at Los Alamos soon. Can you update us on the expected timeline and progress for getting that in place?
I'll have to get back to you on that one, Senator. The responsibility for that particular contract falls under our Environmental Management Division, which is a separate division from NNSA within the Department of Energy. But your rough timeline, I believe, is correct.
Okay, and I have additional questions I'll submit for the record on the cleanup going on at Los Alamos.
Yes,
thank you very much. Thank you.